Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. Well, let's jump right into it. Tell us who you are and what you do.
So my name is Pinegar, and I work for a company called CallForce. We're based here in Provo, Utah.
Fantastic. Well, the second question, what's the best thing about working with a team?
I think the best thing about working with a team is that you all bring different perspectives. And if you all see the same path, you could drive each other off a cliff. But when you all bring different perspectives and thoughts, it actually causes others to think about their decisions and drives the company in the correct direction.
I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that insight. Question number 3. I hear from other team leaders that it can be a challenge to get team members engaged. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Absolutely. I think it's how you value them and the area that you give them. Because if people are controlled, they're obviously not engaged because they do what they're told to do.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Question number 4. What other successful team leaders, such as yourself, would you recommend be on my podcast?
Oh. I think there's a lot of good, and I don't think there's a bad person. The person that I think is great to learn from is Jeff Bezos. Obviously, Bill Gates. There's significant people, and they're all good at asking questions.
Very good. So do you feel that asking questions is a critical part of leadership?
Yeah, it's the key.
Absolutely. Very good. Question number 5. What is a piece of advice that you would give to other leaders of teams?
I think giving each person an opportunity to be entrepreneurial within their own sphere is important. And so a company is an entire ecosystem. And within that, we each have our yard or our barn that we're responsible for. Whether it's big or whether it's small, we each have our own area. And if you give them the independence and entrepreneurial spirit within that, you'll see innovation and you'll see greater accountability, because it's theirs and they're responsible for it.
I love that. I love that spirit of entrepreneurship. Thank you. 6th and final question. Tell us about your first job.
So my first job was when I was 16 years old. It was in Salt Lake City, and I worked for a golf course. You could barely consider it to be a golf course. Called Mick Riley, and I picked up the range from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock every night and parked the carts, and I absolutely loved it. It was a blast.
What was the favorite part of that job? What made it so much fun?
I think I loved the people that I worked with. Obviously, we weren't building rockets, but I enjoyed going to work every day, and I enjoyed making my own money at that age so that I could do what I wanted to do. It gave me a sense of independence and responsibility that I have learned to love, and I want other people to love as well.
I love that. Thank you. Corey, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
So people can go to our website, www.getcallforce.com, to learn more about CallForce. And obviously, if people just want to engage on a more business level, I have a LinkedIn, and my name is Corey Pinegar.
Fantastic. Thank you. Well, this is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders share their insights. For more ideas, you can find us at LinkedIn, at Blue Sky Business Consulting, and at our website. Thanks very much.